Hello, this is Stacey Erdman, and I'm the co-chair of NDSA's membership working group. I'm here to share our updates from 2023 as well as our goals for 2024. The membership working group is made up of 7 members and is co-chaired by Rachel Appel from the University of Pennsylvania. Our other members include Ian Collins from the University of Illinois at Chicago, Jess Neal from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Max Prudhomme from Oklahoma State University, our newest member, Tom Polhamus from the University of Delaware, and Hannah Wong from NARA. In 2023, the group focused on gathering feedback from current members and making suggestions to leadership about changes. We conducted 2 listening sessions via Zoom. These were open to NDSA members and non-members alike. The idea was to gather feedback on what NDSA membership represents to our members and what we need to change to do better. We utilized a Jamboard to gather anonymous feedback at the listening sessions and synthesize the board into a document that was shared with NDSA leadership. We also did 10 focused one-on-one interviews with NDSA member institutions where we discussed similar questions about their membership. The findings from these activities largely focused on the following 4 areas. 1, members have a strong desire for a community and would like to see NDSA do a better job in providing a more cohesive way to achieve this. 2, a strong interest in NDSA providing educational offerings like webinars or workshops. 3, we heard from a lot of newer members that our onboarding process needs to be improved and that folks need help understanding how they can actually get involved with NDSA activities. And 4, the need for a strengthened organizational identity as a membership organization. Some individuals did not even realize you could join the NDSA, and there's confusion over what a membership entitles you to. While doing our informational gathering, we also met with Australasia Preserves to discuss their membership structure and how they run their organization, which was really helpful. We hope to keep information sharing with them in the future. We also developed 4 different membership options. This document was shared with leadership and is currently under review. These options may need to change, though, depending on NDSA hosts organization requirements. For 2024, we have a number of goals that we'll be working on. We've started working on a proposal for what the new member onboarding process should look like. We're also planning on developing criteria for evaluating potential members and clarifying expectations around membership. We will also begin exploring outreach initiatives. We would like to collaborate more closely with regional organizations and also try to develop student chapters at iSchools. We'll also be looking at ways to increase membership engagement by making NDSA more accessible to a wider community of professionals. We'll also be looking at ways we can improve the onboarding experience for new members, including possibly holding a quarterly or biannual open house or starting a group explicitly focused on new members. And that's all. If you have any questions about what we're doing or have comments or suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at staceyerdman@arizona.edu and Rachel at rappel@upenn.edu. Thank you.
Hello all, I'm Carol Kussmann, one of the chairs of the Communications and Publications Working Group. Our working group is a small but focused group made up of Dan Noonan, Greta Graff, Mary Grace Costa, Sybil Schaefer, and myself, Carol Kussmann. We meet once a month, and in between meetings, we work on things such as creating documentation or guidance as needed for leadership or the interest and working groups. We divide up our work between our team members. So some of us work on sending out blog posts, updating the website, others send out social media updates, and others work on reviewing and publishing the reports of the interest and working groups. And because we work with and help the interest and working groups, it means our work fluctuates around the activities of those other groups. So the Communications and Publications Working Group, or CAPS as we call ourselves internally, works with the leadership team to schedule the publication activities of the interest and working groups. We create guidance documentation for leadership and members of the interest and working groups, as I said before. We update the website when requested by members of NDSA and the working groups. We post social media updates and blog posts. And thinking about social media, if people have a preference on where we can best reach you with social media, please let us know, because we're currently only very minimally posting general updates to Twitter. So let us know if you all have new preferences. A better way to kind of get a hold of us or to understand what NDSA is up to is by signing up for the NDSA All listserv or the blog post feed. And one more thing that we do is the main thing that we do for the Communications and Publications Working Group is we review and publish the work of the interest and working groups. So highlighting some of our work in 2023, we created guidelines for survey working groups, co-chairs. So the guidelines walk through the entire process of creating a group, developing a survey, working with team members, and getting the report published. The guidance document includes information on how to submit a proposal, finalize a group charge, how to onboard group members. It defines and explains the phases of work within survey groups and has a list of resources available for review. The document also includes many templates, including publication guidelines, example proposals, example timelines, survey preamble language examples, survey announcement text, report publication text, listserv announcements, social media post examples, as well as examples of finalized documents such as the codebook, survey data sets, and reports. After reviewing the report and working with the Web Archiving Working Group, we published the 2022 Web Archiving Survey Report, available on the OSF site. And we also drafted a privacy policy, which was approved by leadership and added to the NDSA website. And one of the things we've done most recently was we created a template for anyone to use to collect information from NDSA members, with the idea of creating a member highlight blog post. So in the future, we would like to use this to highlight the things that you do. Let us know what you think about this. Let us know if there's something you are proud of, a person, a project, your work around digital preservation. And we can use this template to easily collect information about that. And then somebody could work with you to create a blog post that we are able to share. So if you're interested in being featured, please reach out to us and we will be happy to work with you on it. To make things a bit easier to find the NDSA publications, we've done a little bit of reorganizing with the NDSA OSF site. So all publications from NDSA are available on the NDSA OFS site. And in the beginning, when we first started putting things in OSF, we would just add them to the site. But now we've created categories or buckets based on the longitudinal publication name. And then within that bucket, we've added all the publications to that folder. So these groupings are now listed at the top of the page, of the top of the sidebar on the OSF page, as seen in the screenshot. So we have the NDSA agenda, fixity surveys, level of digital preservation. And you can now click on those and see the grouping. So for example, the NDSA staffing survey includes reports from 2013, 2017, and 2021. But due to the limitations within OSF, we were unable to remove individual publications. So you will see many of these also listed below this list. So you can find them in multiple places. Please feel free to reach out to CAPS when you have a question about a past, present, or future NDSA publication. If you have a question about a blog post or want to have us publish one for you about your work as an NDSA member. If you have a website question or if something needs to be updated on the website, please let us know. And also reach out if you have a suggestion to make. Is there something that we can do to help make your work with NDSA easier? Or if there is something you would like us to create and share to help with understanding NDSA or the work of NDSA. please reach out to us. Thank you for attending this virtual conference, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Jenny Mitcham and I'm one of the co-chairs of the Levels of Digital Preservation Steering Group. And I'm just going to give a brief update on what we've been up to this year. But first, a very quick reminder on what the NDSA levels actually are, just in case you're not familiar with them. So the levels matrix is pictured on this slide, and it provides a very quick and easy model that you can use to help you check in on your progress with digital preservation, hopefully help you move forward and see that you're moving forward as well as you move along the matrix. So it focuses on the technical aspects of digital preservation and specifically on the categories that are defined in the 5 functional areas, which you can see down the side of the table. And they are storage, integrity, control, metadata, and content. And for each of those functional areas, there are 4 possible levels which demonstrate progression and increasing maturity as you move up them. So that's the NDSA levels. It's really well used in the digital preservation community and has been for some time. And we have a steering group for the levels of preservation, which has the following aims. So firstly, to promote and encourage use of the NDSA levels of preservation. Secondly, to respond to community feedback on the levels, be that point of contact if people have questions or need help. To carry out further revisions and create supporting resources as appropriate. That's the one that's going to be taking up quite a lot of our time over the next year. And then finally, to report to the NDSA Coordinating Committee on our activities. So we have a regular point in our leadership meetings where we just provide a quick update on what the Level Steering Committee's been doing. So these are the members of our steering group currently. So we've got myself and Angela Beeking, who are jointly chairing the group, and we've got a number of other engaged and enthusiastic members who will contribute to the work, discuss things in our meetings, help make decisions, as you'd expect. So in terms of what we've been doing for the last year, since April 2022, we've been holding our open office sessions, which are aimed at anyone in the digital preservation community who's interested in discussing the levels. So we had 4 of these sessions in 2023, and I think we are going to try and continue on this quarterly schedule going forward. And our most popular and lively session by far was the one we held in August, which was on the topic of environmental sustainability, discussing how the levels can better support sustainable ways of working. So that was a really, really good session. Got a lot of useful stuff from that. Another thing we did this year was gather feedback from the community on how the levels are used. So we had a variety of scenarios that we asked people about. We gathered some sort of mini case studies really, and we published several blog posts as a result of that. We did an update and refresh of the levels web pages just to make sure everything's clear and up to date, and we have been responding to feedback about the levels and acting as that point of contact that I mentioned. We've also promoted and discussed the levels through a range of forums, so going out to talk to people about the levels, to conferences, at webinars and such like. We have done a few of those types of activities this year. And then finally planning for a revision of the levels in 2024. So we've been putting a little bit of thought into that over the last year. So it's fair to say in terms of future plans that this year is going to be quite a busy year. So 2024 is a revision year for the NDSA levels. So we have, as I said, already spent quite some time gathering information to inform the revision. So we're in a good place to start work on that this month. And so we now just need to make that happen. So we'll do our best to keep the community informed as we move forward. We may also need some additional pairs of hands to help us out with the revision work. So do watch this space for updates and news and perhaps calls for help. But yeah, we'll keep you posted, and hopefully you will hear from us over the course of the year. So that's it from me. Thanks for listening, and do get in touch with myself or with Angela if you have any questions.
Hello, I'm going to be talking to you about the Storage Survey Working Group. My name is Amy Allen. I'm one of the co-chairs of the group. These are the other members in the group. Each member of the group has chosen different areas of the survey that they would like to work on. This is a longitudinal study, so there have been previous surveys done in 2011, 2013, and 2019, with new working groups formed for each survey, though some members have chosen to participate in multiple surveys. The goal of the survey is to gather current information and insight on trends, technologies, standards, and practices that impact digital preservation storage, and then we compare that information with information gathered from the previous surveys. This working group lasts about 1 year. In 2023, we formed the group, reviewed previous surveys. We made some minor changes to the questions, and then formatted, published, and promoted the survey, which ran for several weeks in the fall. We received a good response rate with 354 responses. In 2024, we're going to be analyzing those results, writing a report, and then formatting any information that we need to pass on to future storage survey working groups. This is the website if you'd like to learn more information or if you'd like to read any of the previous survey reports. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to the 2023 Excellence Awards Working Group Summary of Accomplishments. My name is Matthew McEniry. I'm an associate librarian here at Texas Tech University and the director of the Digital Scholarship Lab. And I'm the co-chair of this awards working group along with Kari May.
Yes, I am Kari May. I am the Digital Archives and Preservation Librarian at the University of Pittsburgh.
Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into our summary. This is our awards working group for 2023. Thank you to all the members of the working group who helped us with the awards and everything else. You truly helped make this year possible. So a look back into 2023. Our group's charge is to complete the 2023 Excellence Awards cycle. So for this, we solicited, reviewed, and discussed nominations for all 6 categories, which were about 51 in total. The categories are for the individual, the educator, future stewards, organizations, projects, and sustainability activities. We selected awards for all of these categories and coordinated and presented the award ceremony at the DigiPres annual conference in St. Louis, Missouri. We also performed some additional tasks, such as they designated a group member to work with Digital Preservation Coalition Digital Preservation Awards, or the DPA, judges panel. Jessica Vinlet and myself as a backup will serve as a guest judge for those awards. We also solicited presentations from the Excellence Awards winner for the DigiPres virtual event, which will be happening January 31st and February 1st. With 4 awardees which agreed to participate: Stephen Abrams, Ashley Bluer, Michelle Donahue, and Sophia Van Hoek. And planning and communications with these presenters are still underway.
Now for 2024, thanks to our agreement with the DPC, the Digital Preservation Coalition, we are interleaving our annual events with that group. Therefore, in 2024, they will be presenting awards and we will not. So without an actual awards cycle to complete, we are going to be taking over some new goals. We are first, of course, going to be focusing on that DigiPres virtual event that was mentioned by Matt. We're going to make sure that we get that coordinated and completed. Then we are going to ensure the completion of our fulfillment of agreement for collaboration with the DPC by supplying that guest judge and making sure that either Jessica or Matt can be there to participate in that process. Next, we are going to use time during 2024 to create and post video clips that are going to promote the Excellence Awards, promote educating individuals on what they are, the benefits of them, who's won, etc. And do that throughout 2024 to keep the Excellence Awards on everyone's radars and hopefully enhance nominations for 2025. Another important goal for us is going to be to review and enhance guidelines for completing this biennial awards cycle. There are guidelines, but they are very general. We hope to make them a lot more clear for future working groups. We also hope to enhance them by defining core deliverables that are expected for each awards cycle, because there are certain records that we believe are historically important throughout this process. So with these goals in mind, we are looking forward to, as a group, we are looking forward to 2024. We want to thank the leadership group, the co-chair group, and help that we have received from the DLF throughout 2023. All the members want to thank you, and Matt and I, again, would like to say thank you to our working group members. It has been a great and very successful year.